Hello, passionate Celtic FC fans. This is Celtic Central News, your exclusive source for Celtic updates. Before we kick off, we appreciate the incredible support. If you love Celtic, subscribe now, hit like, and let's build this community together. Now, on to the latest news. A warm welcome to new subscribers. Your support is crucial. Hail, hail. At times, the situation has sparked debates, and it may have even played a role in Mark Lawwell's departure from Celtic. However, there's no denying that everyone knows exactly what to expect from the club in the current landscape. Celtic, despite its rich history and loyal fan base, faces a harsh reality. It simply cannot compete with the financial giants of Europe, particularly the clubs in the English Premier League. The gap in resources is undeniable. In fact, a team from England's second tier is likely to earn more than Celtic, even if the Scottish champions are 50 times the size of those clubs. This financial disparity forces Celtic to adopt a different approach when handling player transfers, both in terms of acquisitions and departures. Despite these financial constraints, it's hard to criticize the club for much of what they've done. In many ways, their strategy has worked. Under Brendan Rodgers' first spell and during his return, as well as under Ange Postecoglou, the club managed to maintain competitiveness. However, there was one move that Celtic couldn't prevent, and that was the departure of Ben Doak to Liverpool in 2022. From Doak's perspective, it was a bold and risky decision for a teenager to leave his boyhood club, where he was comfortable, and move to one of the biggest clubs in English football. But in hindsight, that risk is paying off as he continues to thrive for Scotland and impresses while out on loan at Championship side Middlesbrough. Yet for some, this represents a worrying trend in Scottish football. Tam McManus has raised concerns about the growing number of talented young players leaving Scotland for England, especially when it involves clubs like Celtic and Rangers. McManus points out the issue of top Scottish talent being poached by the Premier League, with Liverpool, Manchester City, and other top clubs making the most of the talent coming out of Scotland. That's another one coming through in Scotland, McManus said. A young player comes through at Celtic, and immediately Liverpool snaps him up. That's a worrying trend. The Brexit situation has only made things more complicated, with English clubs actively scouting youth games across Scotland. Even Celtic has struggled to keep hold of their brightest talents. Players like Rudy Veda's son, Rocco Veda, and Ben Doak have been targeted by English clubs. McManus believes Doak could have made an impact in Celtic's first team, if only he had stayed. Some may argue that Doak would indeed have been in Celtic's starting lineup by now. It's a fair point, considering the struggles the club faced when Brendan Rodgers first returned, particularly with the wide players not performing up to standard. Had Doak remained at Celtic, the opportunities would likely have been there. It's easy to imagine him getting a chance in the first team last season, rather than being sidelined in England's second division. For Doak himself, the move to Liverpool was driven by a desire to experience the elite level of football, referring to the Premier League. I felt like that was the right move at the time, Doak explained. I wanted to go and play and train at an elite level, and I didn't see any downsides to joining Liverpool, especially with them being top of the league. So, while Celtic fans may feel the sting of losing such a promising talent, there's also an acknowledgement that, for the player, it was a step toward realizing his ambitions at the highest level. Yet, the broader question remains. What does this mean for the future of Scottish football? Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. Scottish football has been buzzing with an explosive rumor this week, as whispers suggest that Hearts striker Lawrence Shankland may have made disparaging remarks about the Scottish giants, Celtic. The speculation erupted after a supposed comment made by Shankland surfaced during a private conversation with friends, casting a shadow over his image. Fans of Celtic, known for their passionate loyalty, are now on edge, with many wondering whether the striker's words were taken out of context or if there's truth to the matter. The alleged remarks are said to have come at a time when Shankland's own career is thriving. Since joining Heart of Midlothian, Shankland has rapidly become one of the most prolific forwards in Scottish football, showcasing a remarkable goal-scoring ability. However, with Hearts in the midst of a fierce rivalry with Celtic, some speculate that Shankland's comments could have been driven by frustration with the Hoops' dominance over Scottish football in recent years. The timing couldn't be more sensitive, with both clubs expected to face off in upcoming fixtures that could decide the fate of the season. What has made this rumor even more intriguing is Shankland's background. Born in Glasgow, Shankland's early football career took him through various Scottish clubs, but his path has always kept him at a distance from the Scottish Premiership's biggest names. His time at Dundee United and Beershot only added to his rise. But now, playing for Hearts, the striker has found a platform where his talents are shining in a much larger spotlight. With that fame, could his alleged criticisms of Celtic be an attempt to challenge the status quo, or perhaps a sign of simmering discontent with his career trajectory? Fans and pundits alike are already dissecting every word Shankland has spoken recently. Some are quick to defend him, claiming that such comments would be completely out of character for the generally professional forward, who has been lauded for his leadership qualities and determination on the pitch. Others, however, suggest that Shankland could be growing tired of playing in the shadow of Celtic's dominance, voicing opinions that may have been brewing for years. As the rumors continue to circulate, Celtic supporters are left questioning Shankland's motives and what his alleged comments might mean for their beloved club. Celtic fans have long been known for their unwavering loyalty and pride, and many are taking offense at the very idea that a player could speak ill of their club, regardless of his personal career or affiliations. For them, Celtic is more than just a football team. It's a symbol of success, history, and tradition. The thought of one of the league's emerging stars undermining that legacy doesn't sit well with many in the stands. "I don't care who he plays for. There's no place for that kind of disrespect," one Celtic fan shared on social media. Celtic have earned their place at the top, and if Shankland has a problem with that, maybe he should keep it to himself. Many fans seem to agree that any negative comments made about Celtic, especially by a rival player, should not be tolerated, reflecting the intense pride that surrounds the club's position in Scottish football. Others, however, are taking a more measured approach, wondering whether Shankland's words were truly as harsh as reported. "I've seen players say worse in the heat of the moment," said another supporter. "It could have been taken out of context. It wouldn't be the first time the press has blown something out of proportion." These fans believe that before jumping to conclusions, the situation should be thoroughly investigated, and they point to Shankland's previous professionalism as evidence that he might not be the type of player to deliberately disrespect any club, let alone Celtic. Some Celtic supporters are questioning whether Shankland's remarks have deeper implications. Could this be a sign of growing frustration within the Scottish Premiership? With Celtic dominating the league in recent years, could the alleged comments represent the wider sentiments of players who feel overshadowed by the Hoops' success? As the story develops, it's clear that the opinion of Celtic fans will be pivotal in shaping Shankland's reputation going forward, with many already marking this as a defining moment in his career. Only time will tell whether this incident will be swept under the rug or spark a larger conversation about the power dynamics within Scottish football. As the rumor mill continues to churn, all eyes are on Shankland. Will he address the speculation directly, or will this continue to linger, a fire under the surface of Scottish football's most intense rivalry? With Hearts and Celtic gearing up for a decisive showdown, this latest drama could only add more fuel to the flames of one of the most heated rivalries in world football. Hello, fan. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.